Welcome back to Horse Racing Today for terrific Terry Thursday at Belmont at the Big A. Hopefully you played along yesterday at Keeneland. If you didn't tune in, I feel sorry for you. We had a really nice day. Terry, his top picks, winning half of the races yesterday. His best bet won. And the $100 that we spent yesterday proved to be extremely profitable with a trifecta that was like $2,100 for the buck. So not bad with that at all. And I would venture to guess, since we've gone to the $100, Benny and the bets, we're probably delivering a pretty positive ROI if you're playing along.
Yep, I think we are. Yes.
Indeed. All right. Well, today, before we get started, as always, some free picks. They'll be tonight, so you can watch a little bit of football. I don't know who's playing tonight, but I do know that while they're playing, you can bet Evangeline Downs for free. Well, your bets aren't free, but you get the picks for free. You have a guaranteed tip sheet. There is a link in the description down there below. He's a fast tack at 2-1. Best bet in that opener for 220 yards. That's a little bit of a sprint right there. I think I can run 220 yards. Maybe not outrun a horse, but I could at least make it from start to finish.
Well, I could run about 10.
Well, you can make it from start to finish. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully you won yesterday, Tafum. I mean, we put a $1,000 trifecta out there, a $8 best bet that won. So pretty good day overall. And then today, hopefully we can repeat that. It'd be kind of hard to do, to be honest with you. When the show is over, go over to horseracingtoday.net. Right here, we'll put a replay of our show along with our comments. You can find that there. Click on that link just like yesterday. And then kindly, while you're there, hit that HRT gear. After yesterday, you all should have been shopping over there. Get yourself one of these number 13 hats. Pair it up with the number 13 shirt. And you will look fantastic on Friday the 13th. Just get that Halloween mask. You got yourself a perfect Halloween costume for certain, Terry.
That's right.
Well, hopefully nothing scary in our picks today. I think this first race, the odds on the favorite might be pretty scary, but nonetheless, what are they running for?
Well, it's going to be a 6.5 furlong race. It's a maiden claiming for $20,000 claiming price, purse $35,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, indeed. And those horses to get that win at 6.5 furlongs. The profile of a winner favors early speed, nearly 1 out of 2, 48% win wire to wire. Post 1, 2, and 3 are discounted. 4 through 7, that's the best place to be. 8 and out, discounted 2, but just not as hard as the inside 3. 1,000 simulations to see who has the best chance to get to the lead. You see those numbers right there. Based upon our projected pace, which horses are likely to get races that look a lot like their best performances? The higher, the better. The score, the better, preferably above 50%. Q30 scores. Anytime you see a score of 30% or more, those horses have an excellent shot to win. In fact, James Quinn, in his book, The Complete Handicapper, says that you can bet them blindly because they turn a positive ROI. Par plus in our 1,000 simulations, how many times they ran a speed figure at or above par for this level, being 76. So a 26% chance Millie Jean will accomplish that feat. Looks like the 2-horse might have a little better shot at doing that. Then finally, we want our simulation odds to be lower than post-time odds. Terry, take it away.
Well, as you can see there, all the horses show some kind of speed, but that 4 and 6 have the most speed, and they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole. Just depends on who gets the best break. And then the 2 has an overlay from 6-5 to 6-1. The 3 has an overlay from about 6-1 to 10-1. And the 5 has an overlay from 7-1 to 12-1. 2, 6, and 3 show the only par plus numbers. And all show C zones. And that number 6 horse has a 50% Q30, which is really nice.
Our race shape, we do trip handicapping too, as well as pace handicapping over here. So we cover all the bases. 1, 3, and 6, they want to lead. Really, nobody wants to be in the middle. The 2 is a closer. 4 and 5 so far, not within 5 lengths of the winner when the finish line is met. There you go. Millie Jean does have the most early speed, although a Wild Iris, the closer with enough early speed to keep up. Look out. Those horses are what we call left arrow horses. They tend to perform really well. Well, Millie Jean also has the most late speed, as you can see here. Azteca Stardust and La Indensante, I guess. I don't know. The closer coming in at the end. Top total pace horse here is Millie Jean. That one is, 8 points better than the next closest horse. Usually that's more than enough to win. 4 to 5 morning line, Terry. Any way that horse gets toppled to start the day?
I don't think so, although so many times you see those hard favorites run second. But I do like 6 Millie Jean. She finished third versus Tougher in her last race, drops in class today, has the best start speed among today's starters, and a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 21% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming race. She has a high percentage winning jockey. Look at all those boxes she marked off. Number 4, Bewildered, second choice. She drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer. I like the 2, Wild Irish is my third choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the races when using first time blinkers. And then Aztec Stardust is my long shot, the 3 horse. She finished third at her last race and she has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to take and do one of my favorite bets when there's a hard favorite, although I wish there were more horses in this race. But I'm going to go a $1 exacta key box. I'm going to do 6 with all.
For me, I think the 6 horse is probably the one to beat in here, pretty heavily favored. 3 to 5, surprised the line hasn't moved down more than that. Probably will by the time they start running out, although the New Naira doesn't let the syndicates bet once it gets past 2 minutes of post, I think. This one is the maiden special weight dropper. Does have some nice workouts. The only question, it's been off for a year. Number 2, Wild Iris. That is that left arrow horse. This last race sucked, but that was more than a year. The first race after more than a year off. Going to drop in class today, is making a second start following her best published workouts. And it's the only 4-year-old in the field versus 3-year-olds. This late in the year, it's not as big a difference, but still a more mature horse. Number 4, Bewildered. It's the other one in here that's a pure maiden special weight dropper and does have a pretty good workout prepping for today. Finally, La Indenciente. I'm probably completely screwing that up, but deceptively a little quicker in her last race there. And I'm going to do a $3 pick 5. We have a $100 budget, Benny and the bets. I think the first 2 races could go to the 6 horses. So I'm going to go 6, 6, 3, 7, 2, 3, 9, and 3, 8. I bet $3 just in case it gets a little chalky. If it's a 50 center, you would get it 6 times if it comes home, and it would just have to pay more than $3, I think. No, $6 to make a little bit of a profit. We'll see. Right now, yeah, that 6 horses 1 to 4, 2 to 5. It's going to be 1 to 5 by the time they probably get the gates open and get running. If you're looking for value, looks like the 5 horse at 47 to 1, La Indenciente. That one is 47 to 1. It's the longest shot on the board. We think it should be closer to 7 to 1. So there's a little bit of value in that one. The 2 horse, Wild Iris, that one's 6 to 5, according to our simulated odds, and you're going to get 6 to 1 right now. So maybe, yeah, if you got $4 or $2, a nice little $1 exacta box with the 2 and the 5 may not come in. Probably a small chance that happens. But if it does happen, you will get a better payout than you probably should. A lot better payout than you should. Just because the 5 horse alone, if it win right now, would pay $101.
Yeah.
While we wait, Terry, tomorrow, Tom and I will do Happy Valley in Hong Kong for our Foreign Friday. If you joined us the last couple of Foreign Fridays, we had a $100 winner in our picks, a $78 winner in our picks. So we've been on a roll, Tom and I, on Foreign Fridays. It's the first time we're going to do Happy Valley, and we're not talking about Penn State. We're talking about a track in Hong Kong. We've never done it before. We'll probably start around 1 o'clock Eastern for that. But to make sure you don't miss it, Terry, what would you do?
Well, I'd sign up on our YouTube channel, subscribe, and I would also hit the little bell so I'm notified about all the programs. Go down and copy the link and share it with all my friends, relatives, neighbors so they can come check us out. And then I'd go to our social sites and get Horse Race the number 2 day and give us a thumbs up and likes because it really helps us out. And keep coming with those comments during our show and picks. We really enjoy getting them, and they help us out too.
Yeah, any interactivity helps us with the online social media / search engine, their optimization scores, boost us higher up in the rankings. And another way you can interact with us after the show is over, we will timestamp all the races in the description on YouTube. You can head on over there if you want to review what we said about a particular race. If there's some handicapping angle you wanted to rehear, or you just want to preview every race right before they run, you can click on the timestamp. It'll take you right to that race. You'll get all of the data, all of our thoughts, and hopefully a couple of laughs and a couple of winners.
Yeah.
All right, so they're about to get cooking in race number 1 here at Belmont at the Big A. Of course, next Monday and Tuesday we'll do Parks. I think Keeneland's closed next week, so I'm not quite sure what we'll do on Wednesday. Yeah, Belmont at the Big A will still be running Thursday, so we might do. I think if Churchill's running on Wednesday, that's probably what we'll do.
Yeah.
And the first race is running a pretty good start for everybody. The 6 horse is trying to hustle to the lead. Did get the lead pretty easily, I would say, at 2-5. That's exactly what we thought would happen. Wild Iris is sitting in the 5th spot right now. You got 3 horses giving chase, the 3, the 4, and the 5 to the front runner as they come down the back stretch. A couple of wide in the back. There's a little wall between the 6 and the 2. The 1 horse, That's a Fact Jack, is trailing the pack as they head into the first turn. The 6 horse continues to set the lead right now. The 4 horse, Bewildered, has ventured up alongside. The 3 horse now trying to give up a little bit of ground. So right now between the 6 and the 4, they separated from the other horses. The 5 horse is going straight backwards, so there's a reason why he was 50-1. The 6 horse has the lead, taking the turn, but the 6 and the 4, they're kind of both all out on that horse right there, and it looks like maybe the 4 horse is going to overtake the 6. We'll see. And that would just kill my pick 5 to get started. The 6 horse is trying to herd that horse, trying to come up next to it. The jockey's trying to get them both to switch leads a little bit right now. They're nose to nose right now, Terry. I don't know what's going to happen here at the wire. I think the 4 horse is going to get them, although the 2 horse is coming pretty aggressively. It's going to go 4, 6, 2, and then I'm not sure who finished last. Maybe the 3 horse. I don't know. But anyway, the 4 horse at 3-1. Bewildered is your winner. Out goes the window on the pick 5, but that's why I did it pretty inexpensively, because you just don't know which one of these favorites is going to get upset. Race 2, Terry, is a beginning of a pick 4. Tell us about that one.
All righty. In race 2, we're going to go at 1 1/8. It's an optional claiming race, $45,000 claiming price. Purse is $85,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry, which have never won $20,000 twice other than a maiden claiming or starter, or which have never won 3 races, or optional claiming price of $45,000.
And then at 1 1/8 on the dirt track, they've been 5 races so far. Stalkers have done pretty well. 1 of the 5 went wire to wire. None of them won from the rail, so lots of trouble trying to go to the winner's circle from its post position with the red one. Post positions 2 and 3 got a winner. 4 and out get a bonus, with 8 and out being the best so far. So you want tactical speed, not necessarily front-running speed in race number 2, Terry. Looks like one of them has lots of speed to go along with its trouble.
Yeah, they all show some speed, but that one shows the most speed. Should get to that quarter pole first. The 4 has an overlay from about 8 to 5 to 6 to 1. The 5 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 3 to 1. All but the 1 show par plus numbers, although that 2 is pretty low. And all of them show C zones, but the 1 and the 2 have really nice high C zones.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting right here with the strong chance, twice the chance of any other horse to get on the lead on the rail. That C-zone score 92. When we see the top horse with that much of an early speed differential and a strong C-zone score, a lot of times those horses get to the front. They're very comfortable on the lead. Their confidence grows. You can see the 1 horse is not a front-running type either. It's a PC type, so it has some versatility. It does show some of the most early speed in there, along with the 3 coinage. But again, as Terry mentioned, a lot of them have a shot to get forward. Only 6 points difference between everyone but the 4. You get stuck wide, you get bumped, you could be first, you could be second to worst. When the race comes to a close, Bourbon Chase, that one's 2 lengths better than everybody else. Probably only going to be about a step or 2 off the leaders. If that one's anywhere near the lead on the turn, should run by him at the end. That's what we see with our top total pace score. That one's 16 points clear of the next closest horse. That one should win, Terry. Should win by a lot. Do you think it will?
Yeah, I like Bourbon Chase. Bourbon Chase, the 6, finished in the money in his last 5 races, winning one of the races, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. In Engineer Empire, the 5 second choice, won his last race at Aqueduct, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer as well. Coinage is my third choice. The 3 has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Lots of Trouble, the 1 is my long shot. He finished poorly in his last race after having trouble on the turf, and now he returns to the dirt where he's never been out of the money during his career, winning 2 out of 4 starts on the dirt, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play a $1 exacta box with a 1-3-5-6. I'm going to play a 50-cent pick 4. Miami Vice Don Johnson with the 1-3-5-6, with the 3-5-7, with the 1-2-5-9, with the 3-5-10. I think that's a $48 ticket.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to start off with the 6-5 combo to up top. I think they're the most likely winners. You got that top total pay, 16 points for the 6 horse. Probably should be a single up in here. Only question mark is this horse is making a third start after a layoff. The other time the horse did that, it regressed badly in the third up, but does have 2 maintenance workouts in between. Maybe they learned a lesson back then. Engineer Empire, the 5 horse, second call for me here. This one's been off since December. Works are solid, and the distance is El Perfecto, going 2-4-2. Lots of Trouble. The 1 horse has a pretty good shot to get to the lead, as we see up here. That strong C-zone score. And the fractions are right. This one could steal it in the second up. And then the 4 horse, 2's a Crowd. It is our simulation favorite, Terry. We've seen many times the second best par plus score. We've seen many times our simulation favorite go on to the winner's circle. You have to have them. I was just going to do the 5 and the 6 here. I know I went out of order, but I'm adding the 4 in there as our sim favorite. So 4, 5, 6 with the 1A, 3, 4, 7 in the next leg, then 3, 9, and then 2, 3, 5, and 8. I'm also investing $48. On to race number 3 in an 8 race card today at Belmont. We're going to go 1 mile, Terry.
That's right. And it's an allowance race, $80,000 purse for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and upward, which are foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry, which have never won 20,000 other than a maiden claiming starter, or which have never won 2 races.
And to make a mile here, it's important to note that it is a 1-turn mile. See over here, and then they're going to come around the track. They're going to make 1 turn. Although it's a long distance race qualified as a route, the 1 turn gives it more characteristics of a sprint than it does a route race. So a little bit of early speed's probably helpful in that scenario. So far, tactical speed has done well. Be middle forward with a little bit more than 1 out of 4 winning wire to wire. And the closer you are to the rail, the better off you are. So inside speed at a mile at the Big A, or normally known as Aqueduct, that's the way to the winner's circle. And the inside 3, Terry, that's where all the giddy up and go can be found.
That's right. All of them show some speed, but the 1, 2, or the 2, 3, and 1A show the most speed. And so they could go head to head to that quarter pole. The 1A has an overlay of about almost 5 to 2 to 3 to 1. 4 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 12 to 1. And the 6 has an overlay from, I guess that's 1,032 to 20 to 1.
Well, that's not an overlay. That one has no chance.
I know that I was just doing that because it was funny looking to me. So
yeah, a big overlay. That's an underlay right there. 20 to 1, you're not getting remotely close to enough. Although it has that pretty strong C-zone score, so you never know.
Yeah, but all of them, but the 6 have par plus, and then the all have comfort zone, but the 1A is kind of low.
Yeah, you see 3 of them here over 50%. Again, 50% or more is ideal. That's what we'd like to see. A bunch pretty similar in the par plus with a big chance to run a speed figure that is 82 or better, according to Brisnet. Our trip handicapping tells us that, well, most of the horses prefer to be middle back. Ordinarily, that does give the horses that have a little bit of early speed, perhaps a little bit of an edge. We see early on Chasing Daylight. That one's 7 points. Every 5 points equals approximately 1 length. So it is 1 length faster than everybody else out of the gate. The 7 and the 6, they could get forward. Everybody else is kind of tight in here. So it could be pretty competitive at the start of the race. Having some late speed could be useful. Sweet Anniversary, Starry Midnight. Those 2 much quicker than everybody else, about a length faster than everybody else, and probably about a length off the lead. So they might all converge at the finish line, folks. Looking at our top total pace here, the top four, usually that produces about 70% of all the winners. And there they are, Terry. Which one of those is your winner?
I like Sweet Anniversary, the 3 won her last race at Finger Lakes, has the best start speed among today's starters, and a nice bullet workout on October 18th at 4 furlongs. Then I like the 7 as my second choice. She is finishing the money in 4 out of 5 career races, and winning one of those at Aqueduct, so we know she can handle this track, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Malu, the 5, my third choice, won 2 of her last 5 races, is trained and owned by Linda Rice, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 1A as my long shot, Chasing Daylight, ran second versus similar in her last race, and she has the highest speed figure at today's distance. No additional bets for me here.
The 3-horse, probably the one to beat in here too. That's what the odds maker David Aragona says at 7-5. Although our simulation odds say maybe a little bit too high, too low for those odds. Track upgrade from Finger Lakes, Terry. That's a concern for me. Does have some decent workouts, the best numbers, but we've seen many times when these horses make these tracks from tier 2 tracks or tier 3 tracks to tier 1A or 1A tracks, their numbers come down a touch. Nolita, the 7-horse, that one's the second choice, making 3 starts in a row for the first time in its career. That tells me the horse is finally healthy. If she can break sharply, get out of the gates pretty early today, probably is the best horse in the race. Chasing Daylight, Terry, this is your angle right in here. There was a one that was in there too. The trainer scratched, leaving this one in there. That's the better of the two in his view today. Did run better fractions last time out and also better early speed last time out. Indication of a horse coming to form. And then finally, the number 4 horse, Starry Midnight. Once again, we do have the simulation favorite in here, Starry Midnight. And when you look at the 3-horse, their numbers are almost identical. If this horse can run back 2 races ago, that's all that's needed to win the race today at a big price. Race 4. We're going our way pretty quickly through this card today, Terry.
Yeah,
go to the grass now, too.
Yep, we're going to go on the outer turf at 6 furlongs. It's a claiming race, $40,000 claiming price. Purse $45,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
And as they move from the turf to the turf from the dirt, going to find that early speed, baby. Get off and get going right away because 36% of the time the winner goes gate to wire, never seeing the backside of another horse. Post position wise, the rail and 8 and out are pretty well discounted. 2 through 7, they perform over par. So stay away from the barbell horses, Terry. Find something in the middle that's fast. You're probably going to find a winning ticket. Anything in the middle that's fast.
Well, yeah, not really. I mean, they all show some kind of speed here, but the 3 and 7 have the most speed, and it's really anyone's guess on which one gets that quarter pole first because they're both pretty close in speed. And the 3 has an overlay from 4.5 to 1 to 6 to 1. 7 has an overlay from 13 to 1 to 15 to 1, and the 9's overlay is from 2.5 to 1 to 3.5 to 1. All of them have par plus numbers and all have C zones, but the 3 has a nice little 33% Q30.
Yeah, so you got 33 for number 3. If it were race number 3, that would be a cryptic code. Anyway, our race shape, pretty balanced. 3 that want to be forward, 2 in the middle, 4 in the back. So everybody should get positioning that they're comfortable with. You have 4 of them in here, though, that are much quicker than the rest in here. So the 3, the 7, the 1, maybe the 9 doesn't fit in, Miss Bourbon, in terms of that early speed. So might need to take on that secondary role as far as our late speed is concerned. Evie Does It, the 2-horse, along with Princess Gladys. They are your 2 best closers, although Evie Does It is about a length faster. So if you're looking for a closer, Evie Does It might be your answer. Our top total pace horse is the 3-horse with the 2 and the 7, and then the 4 and 9. Well, you got 5 of them that are basically tied. These 3 about 3/4 of a length better than the rest. So maybe take the 2, the 3, and the 7, put them together in your bets. Find yourself an inexpensive winner. Terry, you don't have the 3, but we both like the 9 somewhere.
Yeah, I do. I like the 9 Miss Bourbon. She ran second versus similar in the last start, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Just Hart, the 5's second choice, finished third versus similar in her last start. She switches to high percentage winning jockey, and she has a bullet workout on October 17th. I like 2. Evie Does It. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 27% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint, and returning to a sprint may be a plus for her, as she has the best turf speed among today's starters. And I like the one is my long shot, Dusk. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. My first alternate is that 3 horse. No bet.
Toriga, the 3 horse. That one has a good chance to be forward as that Q30 qualifier. Faster fractions last time out, despite the horse going longer. Almost always a sign of a horse that's getting better. Number 9, Miss Bourbon. The past performances say the third up race could pop much higher. Did run better fractions. Probably the best horse in the race, but the worst post position. Again, the 1 and the 9 and 8 and out have really struggled. Number 2, Evie Does It. Maybe has the most upside in the race here today. Terry cuts back from a mile with the workout in between races. And then finally, number 5, Just Hearts. Been closing. Perhaps the switch to Kendrick Camouche is an indication that the connections want to get this horse out of the gates and a little bit more forward today so that it can capitalize on that late race ability. No wagers for me either in race number 4. We move forward. One more race to the much dreaded, feared race of death.
Yeah, that's right. And it killed me yesterday in my pick 4s. Anyway, it was your long shot, though, by the way. So if I
if I had gone 3 horses deep, you know what's funny about this is last Thursday when we did the Belmont at the Big A, I do the handicapping, and for the show, I try to maybe find a little bit different views than the picks that we have over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, even though I do the handicapping for both.
Yeah.
Try to maybe bump up a couple horses here and there for a little bit better odds. And if I had just stuck with the Guaranteed Tip Sheet stuff, the pick 4 would have had it because we had basically a horse in there that would have been a single. Paid $57,000 for $2.
Wow.
Yeah. And because he had that long shot 2 horse that won that I had on the top that paid $26. The 8 horse in that other race was the 3rd pick. That one paid a bunch of money too. And the whole thing paid $57,000. So hopefully you played it Guaranteed Tip Sheet way. I try to mix it up a little bit and have a little bit of fun. But nonetheless, Terry, what are they doing in race number 5?
Mile and 16th on the turf. It's a maiden claiming race, $75,000 claiming price, $55,000 purse for maidens, fillies, 3 and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
And at a mile and a 16th on the grass. So far, they've run type of races where tactical speed does good. 17% wire to wire. So you want to be a little bit inside, a little bit forward when the race gets going. You don't want to be in the back if you can help it. And there's, again, a very strong inside to outside bias. So if you're a Buffalo girl on the inside with some octane, when the gates open, you got a good shot. And, well, the one to the most to the inside does have plenty of that.
That's right. As you can see, all of them show some, all but the 6 show speed in here. But that one has the most speed, followed up by the 8. So if the one gets out of there good, it should maybe get to that quarter pole first. The one also has a small overlay, 14-1 to 15-1, and the 8 has an overlay from about 2-1 to 6-1. All but the 2 and 10 have par plus numbers, and all but the 2 and 6 have C zones, and the 5 has a nice 30% Q30.
Our next look at this race, 5, Lone E. Look out for that. Those horses get to the lead, especially on light fractions. They have a good chance to go wire to wire, folks. 1, 4, and 9, they won pressure. 2, 3, and 8 want to close. The 7 and 10 so far not within a handful of lengths of the winner. When the race photo is taken, first place, the first race ever for Mystical Prowess. Let's see where that 5 ranks. That 5 is your fastest horse, folks. Going to get to the lead, perhaps all by itself. The 2 horse and the 8 horse, both going to be close to that pace with the left arrow action. So look out for that 5 if it can get to comfortable. If it runs like 24 and change and then like 49 in the opening half seconds, might be tough to pass that one at the end of the race. Positive Carry, Dazzling Cruiser, It's satisfactual, the best closers, although positive carry much quicker than everybody else, but going to be way, way off the pace. Maybe, in fact, in last place as they come around and head for home. Stamp of approval, the Lone E, that one has the top total pace. Dazzling Cruiser right there in second. They're 7 points clear of anybody else. The 5 and the 8 might be the way to go here, Terry.
Well, I like in this race the 9-horse Z Train. And Z Train closed to finish third in her last start at today's distance and switches to high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 5 Stamp of Approval, finished third versus Tougher in her last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 28% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden race to a maiden claiming race. Then the 3 Positive Carry is my third choice, finished second versus similar in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I like the 4 as my long shot. She ran second versus Tougher in her last race, drops a class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, and a bullet workout on October 13th at 4 furlongs. I'm going to bet a $3 exacta box with a 359, and then I'm going to play the last pick 4. I'm going to use the 3, 4, 5, 9 with the 1A with the 2, 6, 7, and 8, 11. And well, that don't make sense. What happened?
No, it doesn't make sense. Tough for me to say, to be honest with you.
Well, wait a minute. It should be. I'll fix that and I'll get back to it. Okay.
All right. I'm going to start off with the 8-horse as my top selection. Dazzling Cruiser could cruise to the winner's circle. I'm not a fan of the post, but the last race, if it can just repeat that one, it wins. But today it's going to drop in class. A bullet workout prepping for today, so it might do better than repeat its last race. Number 3, Positive Carry, been really, really close to graduating. Best races have been when the horse is coming off of the bench, like we're about to see today. Stamp of Approval, that 5-horse, we saw that is the Lone E, going to get on the front, top total pace horse in there too. That's exactly where the favorite wants to be. And then Sunday Tiff, the 2-horse, this one has improved in every single race. Going to need to take another step forward today, coming off the bench, but maybe the small drop from maiden special weight will be enough to accomplish that feat. My pick 4 looks like this: 2, 3, 5, 8, 1, 1A, 2, 7, 3, 7, 4, 7, 8, and 9. Mine is definitely $48.
Yeah. All righty. I think mine's 24. So.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 9, 1A, 2, 6, 7, 8, 11, singling the 7 with the 8 and the 9.
Yep.
Right? So that's
it.
What's that? 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, 48. So it should be $24, right?
Yeah. 24.
Right. Race number 6, 3 to go. Terry, what's race number 6 about?
Okay. In race 6, we're going to go to 6.5 furlongs, and we're going to be a maiden optional claiming race, 50,000, and the purse is 70,000 for maidens 2-year-olds.
Yeah, and at 6.5 furlongs, we'll have a couple of them today, right in a row here. I think we got the next 2 races are 6.5 furlongs. Early speed does great. In fact, almost half the time they win if they get the lead at the quarter-mile marker. Post positions 1, 2, and 3 are discounted. Everything else is out, with 4 through 7 being the best. 8, a little bit of a hit too. So if you're fast on the inside, although a lot of these horses, Terry, with not a lot of experience, so the data is a little bit skewed. But what we do have tells us one of those horses is going to be the one to chase.
Yeah, the 1A shows the most speed, although it's in the middle post position. And there's several others that show some kind of speed. And then the 3 has an overlay from 11 to 1 to 15 to 1. A 7 has an overlay from almost 3 to 1 to 5 to 1. All but the 11 show par plus numbers, and all but the 2 show C-zone.
Now look at this 2-horse with that crazy high C-zone score along with the 1A. It's got that almost 40% Q30 too. So strong chance to be on the lead. One of the best comfort zone scores. One of the highest par plus. A little bit of an overlay though, according to our simulations. Again, a lot of these horses really you see making their first start. A whole bunch of them over here. Of the horses that have run, only the 11 or 8 have been within 5 lengths of the leader. So this really is a toss-up. Anything could happen with these 2-year-olds. Western Wolf, though, is considerably quicker than everybody else that has experience. the end of the race, it does look like Chris's Revenge and American's Honor. Those two are much quicker than everybody else that has a little bit of experience. Top total pace horse are the 7 and the 1. They're 10 points clear of anybody else. So if you like the first time starters, maybe you toss out the colored group. If you don't like the first time starters, start with the 7 and the 1A. Terry, what did you start with?
I start with the 8. Skyloft ran second in his last race on the turf and now tries dirt. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like 7. Chris Revenge finished 5th in his debut race after having lots of trouble. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races in the second career race a horse has, and has a high percentage winning jockey. American's Honor, the 2, finished 3rd in his last 2 starts, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 1A, Western Wolf. He has an early foot in his debut and received an 80 speed rating. No bets for me.
I'm going to start with the duo of the 1 and 1A. I think you could take your pick from either one of them. The horse that does have some experience, the 1A, any second race improvement puts that one in the winner's circle. And then the other one that's making the first time start, well, it ran a 4 furlong workout on 47 and 3. I call those back bullets. That horse should be pretty fast too. So either one of those can get the W, and you're getting the 2 for 1. You're getting the Kmart special here. Number 2, America's Honor, second choice for me. Much better through its first half mile last out, and by far that best Q30 score. C-zone. Number 7, Chris's Revenge. This is another horse where any second race improvement would be enough to bring home the winning prize. And then finally, I'm going to go with the 4 horse. Was a tough call over your 8 for me, Terry, but Arcadian after the 1 is the second best first timer, but I really do think you could fit many into that 3rd or 4th position in your selections. I'm going to do $11 to win in place on the 1 and 1A. So you get that 11, 1-1 with the 1-1. See how that worked?
Yeah.
That's another cryptic code right there, Terry. There you go. Good here's a $4. I hope you played it yesterday. Yes, we had a good day yesterday, Private Ross. Big 8 today, all 5s and 10s. Well, there you go. Race number 2, about to get cooking in a minute here. Again, tomorrow, I'll be back with Thomas. Hopefully another horse that pays 70 to 1 or 100, pays $78 to win or $100 to win in our Happy Valley picks. Tune in for that approximately 1 o'clock. A little later on tonight during the football game, I think there's a lot of horses that have a good shot to win at decent prices tonight at Evangeline Downs. That's why we made it the free track, a guaranteed tip sheet. There is a link in the description below. Kindly use that. That way they know that we told you to head on over there. And then when the show is done, again, Terry and I will post our picks, our comments over at horseracingtoday.net. Just click on that, like yesterday's Keeneland picks. You'll see our comments along with the replay of the show. And then hit that HRT gear link too, folks. Get yourself a hat and a matching shirt. Friday the 13th, perfect holiday gear for the Halloween Scarefest. And then, of course, Terry, before race number 2 gets started, make sure you don't miss anything by doing what?
Oh, you need to subscribe to the YouTube, our channel, and hit the little bell so that you're notified about all of our different programs. And then also go down and copy that link and share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. I know they're going to like what they see here. Go to our social sites such as Facebook, TikTok, X, Threads, Instagram at Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us thumbs up and also likes. That really helps our algorithms out. And then also keep the comments coming, all the picks. We really like having those. Those also help us.
Yeah, if you have any ideas anywhere in the world, let us know. We're all looking for winners, right? Imagine if you told your friends yesterday, hey, check out these 2 guys, and they hit $1,000 trifecta for $12. You probably wouldn't be able to get rid of them. So I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea.
Well, yeah, and not only that, my best bet of the day won, but I also won the 2 doubles tied to that. So, yep.
All right, race number 2. About to get cracking right here, right now. It looks like that 6 horse is a pretty good favorite. Not like that other 6 horse. Maybe that one scared everybody off the last race. They're off and they're running right now. Boy, they're all going to go wide through that turn, perhaps. You better hustle up and get forward. That 6 horse is in a really bad position as the favorite. It is 3 wide going through the turn, never where you want to be. The 3 horse right now is the one that is on the lead, Coinage, Engineer Empire, the 5 in the second spot. The one down on the rail, Lots of trouble. The 4 horse between the 1 and the 6. Pretty big drop off back there to that 2 horse. Allure of Money. They went through the opening quarter in 23.7 seconds. The nose of the 3 to the tail of the 4, that front running pack, maybe about 2 lengths. 3 horse continues to set the tone. The 5 horse continues to track in second. The 6 horse makes a continued effort wide. 1 horse down on the rail. The 4 patiently in between horses, which is a tough spot to be because you're going to have to run through traffic to get to the W. The 2 horse is trying to make up some ground, but doesn't look like that's going to happen today, folks. Around the corner they come. The 6 horse is trying to make a move to the outside. It could be a tough spot, to be honest with you, running 3 wide all the way around the track. Looks to me like the 4 horse has the most horse right now. He's just waiting for a little bit of space to open up, but there isn't any as of yet, so he might be forced to go wide. The 3 horse is the one that continues to set the tone. The 6 horse is trying to go wide. The gate did open for the 4. The question is, does he have the legs to get through there? He looks like he's trying to make his move up. He's bounding up, trying to get him to switch leads. The 3 horse continues to pull on. 4 horse is looking at the 3 horse, which is never a good sign. And if the jockey can get him to look away from that, he won't. So the 3 horse is going to go wire to wire, folks. Good win for Terry right there. Good win for his exacta box. So it's going to go 3, 6, 4, and way back to the 5. Good call on that 3 in your exacta box, Terry, and in your pick 4.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you know the 4 horse is doomed. It pulls up the side, and its head's cocked at the 3 horse looking at it. Jockey couldn't get him to straighten out. And you see those horses do that, folks, you might as well just throw your ticket away because they're used to that training pony on its inside. Mm-hmm. They need to break that habit. So what are we on, race number 7 now?
Yes, we are.
Race number 7. Tell us all about it, Terry.
All right. In race number 7, we're going 6.5 furlongs. It's an allowance race, $92,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upwards, which had never won $20,000 other than maiden, claiming, starter, or state bred allowance, or which have never won 2 races.
And then taking a look at 6.5 furlongs like we did in the previous race, race number 6. Again, early speed does pretty well. About half of them win wire to wire, 1, 2, and 3. A little bit of a discount, 8 and out a discount. If you want to find a horse that gets an advantage from a post position standpoint, it'll be 4, 5, 6, or 7. So the middle guys, some speed here will be helpful, Terry. And looks like there's 4 that are similarly juiced when the gates get going.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed in here again. All but that 2 shows some speed. But it's also the outside 3 horses have pretty similar speed. So it's anybody's guess on those 3 horses. And also the 3 horse shows some speed. So it's really an anyone's guess race who gets that quarter pole, I think. The 8 has an overlay from 5 to 1 to 6 to 1. All but the 2 show par plus numbers. And all but the 2 shows C zones.
Yeah, the strong on the outside there for that 8 horse with that Q30, borderline 30. Trip wise, well, pretty balanced race in here. 3 on the front, 3 in the middle, 2 in the back. This should favor these 3 horses in here, and perhaps if they can hug the speed ones and they burn each other out and keep themselves ahead of the 2 or 7 as they come for the stretch for home. For some reason, is the fastest of them, but here you see really this group right here, pretty similar. The inside horses get that positional edge, so it could be difficult for them. Looking at the late speed in there, Terry, Forest City has the most late speed, should be forwardly placed too. Might be really difficult to beat that one. That is your top total pace horse, along with the Fuski Island. For some reason, classify our top 4 winners usually in there. Terry, who's your winner in race number 7?
All right, I like the 3, El Grande O. He's actually my pick of the day, and he's finished in the money in 9 of his last 10 races. Winning 3 of those races, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a bullet 4 furlong workout on October 18th. Number 5, Classified, second choice. He finished second in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. 8 is my third choice for some reason. He has won 2 races in a row, going for a hat trick now, and it has an early running style, which will help his chances. I like the 6 is my long shot. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and the combination of those 2 in the last 14 days have been in the money 3 out of 4 starts with 2 wins. I'm going to bet 30 to win on the 3, and then I'm going to bet a $3 daily double 3 on top with the 5, 7, 8, and 9.
I'm going to look at the 3-horse 2 as the horse that is the one that is to be beaten here. As far as El Grande O is concerned, it ran in a pair of graded stakes races, grade 3s, has some hot workouts, but I think a difference maker could be it probably is a stakes caliber horse, but unfortunately, maybe one of those horses that needs Lasix to compete. It's going to get Lasix today. I don't know that you'll see it back in the stakes races if it needs the Lasix. Number 5, Classify. This one loves to finish second, done it 5 times in a row. Number 7, Toxic Gray. This one's a little bit of a long shot in here at 15-1. Taking a shot with this pick. He's the only horse in the race in its career that has a triple-digit speed figure. If it can find that form today, look out at 15-1. And then 8, for some reason, 2 big wins in a row for that guy. But none of those numbers have hit par for this level, and it is taking a pretty aggressive step up in class. So it might be a little bit overmatched. I'm going to do a $5 exact the key box. I'm going to take that long shot, the 7, with the 3, the 5, and the 8, and hope that that horse can somehow pull off another triple-digit speed figure or maybe finish second with a decent price on top of it. Last race for today and for the week is race number 8. Terry, take it away.
All right, we're going to go to 1 1/8, and it's another outer turf course, maiden claiming race, $40,000 claiming price, purse $45,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Registry.
1 1/8 on the grass. You're looking for horses that have, well, there's only been 3 races so far. In those 3 races, you're looking for horses that have late speed because closers took home the trophy in all of them. Post position wise, there was a winner from post 2 and 3, a post from 4 through 7, and a post win from 8 and out. That tells me post position really not material. But if 3 out of 3 are closers, I'd suspect closers could be the way to the winner's circle, Terry. But if you're looking for speed, it sure looks like Purest Performance is the purest bet.
Yeah, that's right. Most of them show speed, but that one shows the most speed of all. And then the 3 has an overlay from 17-1 to 30-1. The 5 has an overlay from 3-1 to 6-1. And the 7 has an overlay from 3-1 to 7-2. All but the 2, 6, and 10 have par plus numbers. And all but the 9 show C zones.
Yeah, and only a couple of them here, the 2 and the 5, over 50%. Last time this week, the race shape. Well, look at this. Bunch of closers. Couple that want to be in the middle, and the 3-horse, which has not been within 5 lengths of the winner so far. You know, I know usually closers do well, but I would imagine most times to get that W there, you want to be a little bit middle forward. Here are your 3, the 8, the 1, and the 7. The 8 of the speed horses, the 1 and the 7, a couple left arrow horses in there. Of those 2, it looks like Bomb Squad has the most late speed, but there's that 7, not too far behind. Make your moment, might make its moment today, as it is our top total pace horse. A little bit ahead of Bomb Squad. Judge rules, Purest Performance. But again, another race where a whole bunch of them are within 8 points. Like we've seen early on, you get a wide trip. You could be out of luck, Terry. Who's going to have the most luck and bring home the W?
Well, I like the 8, Kananai. He ran second versus similar in his last race, just missing the win. And he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like 9, Bomb Squad. Has the highest last speed rating, drops in class today. His best start speed is fastest among today's start. He's actually tied with another. And then Make Your Moment. The 7 is my third choice. It was only beaten a length and a half in his last start as the favorite. But he has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the race when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the 5 as my long shot. He closed to be beaten only 3/4 of a length on the turf, and he has a good 4 furlong workout October 19th. I'm out of money, so I can't make any additional bets.
I'm taking a look at that 7 horse on the top of my selections. Make Your Moment. Making its 3rd career start, and a lot of times you see horses do 1 or 2 things. They come out of the barn on their debut, and then they improve sharply in their 2nd race. Sometimes in their 2nd race, when they don't improve sharply and they take a step backwards, the 3rd race is where that bounce back comes. I'm expecting Make Your Movement to have that bounce back race today in the 3rd career start. If not, Bomb Squad could be a whole lot for these horses to handle. Just missed by 3/4 of a length 2 races ago when it raced at this level. And in the last race, It ran the top last race speed figure. That was 8 points higher than the next closest horse. The rest of them would have to come up a bunch, or that would have to come down a little bit for them to overtake that speed figure advantage. Katani, the 8 horse. This one has the finally healthy designation that I like, making 2 starts in a row for the first time in its career, despite being 4 years old. And it is a 4-year-old in here that's late in its career. So really lightly raced horse, probably finally getting it straightened out. Number 4, Judge Rules. Plenty of good back races that are more than good enough to win here. 50-cent trifecta box, 4, 7, 8, and 9 for me to finish up the week. Right now, we are through the first 2 races. See what we got cooking here. Private, how are you today? Tatham, did you take Richard's advice as Keeneland for horse or Terry's? Right, trifecta box, paid $1,000. But yep. I said do it for $1 though. Private.
You
box.
did. So you collected $2,115.32.
Mm-hmm. As I mentioned, since we've gone, what about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, Terry? We just said to hell with all these other funny things, and we're just going to use $100 as we see fit.
Yeah.
And I would say, I mean, we haven't kept track of it. We probably should, but there's no doubt in my mind that there's a positive ROI if you just played along with those selections. Because, you know, a lot of your best bets win. And I've had quite a few decent priced horses come through for me in some of those bets that I've made as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. Our full picks for today look like this. So far, the 4-horse won the first race. The 3-horse won the second race. Here's what we're looking like for the rest of this day. Terry, any final thoughts from you before we part ways for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, I'm just hoping everybody has a good rest of the week and a really nice weekend. And I know you're all getting ready for the Breeders' Cup that comes a week from this weekend, I believe. And
a week from tomorrow it starts. Yeah.
So if you are going to do that, then please take a look at what we pick for that. So anyway, and so I'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, indeed. If you're interested in the Breeders' Cup over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, there is going to be, we already have the bet. You can already purchase them in advance. If you just page down here, you'll see Friday, November 1st at Del Mar, Saturday, November 2nd at Del Mar. Go on over there, get yourself prepared. All of the data and all the information and even more that we will be sharing at some point will be available over there. Terry and I are going to do something too along the way that we'll share as a supplement. We'll make it available. We're just not quite sure where yet. In that book, The Complete Handicapper, he does have a way that he said makes some money every year at the Breeders' Cup. So we're going to follow along. We'll put out that supplement as well, and we'll let you know what we're going to do. We just don't want you to do it. Just want you to know what we're doing. We don't want you to dip into our winnings, right, Terry?
That's right.
Well, no matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, whether you're preparing mentally and budgetarily for your bankroll for the Breeders' Cup next weekend, just getting ready for a nice weekend of fun and relaxation, or you got a lot of stuff to do, chasing your life goals and dreams, trying to make that career, we certainly hope it has God's grace, God's favor. Every single thing you do until we meet finishes up in the
winner's circle.
Indeed. See you tomorrow for Happy Valley. Have a fantastic, terrific, Terry Thursday.